Welcome to NLTV. Someone like was here. Samahan itia na to resort tese ro Union Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman tai talaga tour junto Nagaland na thagise, especially to the Kiphire to Khotum korne aji Nagaland tool room Dimapur te thaka dibi tai jagine visit kurise, but itia takan review meeting with Chief Minister of Nagaland, Deputy Chief Minister Khan takan buine with the departments alag alag ahi na takan itia discussion chuli jase, but after a few minutes no lebe hour pishida ami hando Union Finance Minister lo to buine press conference kurubuli asor press conference te aji ami भी सवाल खान ग्रुपो बट वेर स्टाइल ओवरऑल लगा किन का की कुरिन जा सर की शेषे तय की कोई हमें हनके मनी तो हन जानी कि नहीं अपने हनके तो अपने हला सामने ते बाल प्राणी तो बोले कोशिश करो.
Good afternoon, and it's a pleasure to meet up with the media here in Nagaland. Um, this visit was focused more on going to the aspirational district, which is Kiphire, and not just going to Kiphire, but also to understand how the aspirational districts, the targets and the goals which were set, even as India's 112 aspirational districts plan was started off a couple of years ago, and essentially reaching the saturation point in health, education, nutrition, farming, women's empowerment, and so on. So, all over the country for the 112 districts, aspirational districts, the Prime Minister himself has a review done every month when he holds his Pragati program. Pragati is a program which the Honorable Prime Minister holds via video conferencing, linking up with the districts and the district administration so that he is directly informed of the progress of various schemes which are launched, one of which is aspirational district as well. So while she monitors it every month, for us as ministers, we go to the Northeast, particularly the Northeast. Ministers are expected to visit at least one minister a month, and it may be that some months we have four of them visiting, each one visiting one state, and so on. So all of us together put together 700 visits have been completed by ministers till now. Prime Minister himself has completed 70 visits to the Northeast. Now, in that process, whenever we come, we do two things. At least I make it a point to do two things. One, visit the aspirational district, see what the progress is, whether saturation has been achieved in many of these socio-economic indicators, women's empowerment, health, nutrition, education, farming, and so on. Also, to make sure that when I go, I take the banks along so that credit outreach program can be held, where retail loans or farming loans or personal loans or business development loans or startup related loans or industrial development loans, which are for MSMEs in particular, are all at one go taken up. So before I decide a date, the banks come to that region, go village after village, ask people as to who's eligible and who's not got, who wants to, if they wish to, that is, there is no forcing anybody. So if they want to take a mudra loan, which is collateral free, and want to do their business, they are welcome to. Or if there's a KCC loan which somebody needs, they have to give. So they do this exercise prior to my visit, and on the day of my visit, they extend the checks which are agreed upon. Say, person wants a loan, that is extended. If somebody doesn't want, no compulsion. But it can be in farming, it can be on women's businesses, or it can be setting up a small industrial unit, or you're buying a scooter for yourself, or something else, you want to add a room to your house, anything. So all this at one go is done during my visit. They give the checks to those eligible people. So the lead bank is with me. Here in the case of Nagaland, it's the State Bank of India. Then you have the Small Industries Development Bank of India. Then you have NABARD. Then you have farm loans and so on. So that was done in Kiphire. Saturation exercise, credit outreach was done. Also, we understood by talking to those women who have benefited from schemes as to what it has done to their lives. Have they really, taken forward their lives? What do they expect to become? Lakpati Didis were before me. I spoke to them. And I also visited an Anganwadi where I met up with the children, the trainers, and the helpers in the Anganwadi. So Kiphire visit had several dimensions to it. We also brought in CSR funds with which we helped the hospital, the district hospital, to have some medical equipments given, some ambulances given, and so on. So that was Kiphire. And then we came back to Kohima, where in the National Institute of Electronics Training and Literacy, the NELIT as it is called, we brought in the Tatas who have established the semiconductor manufacturing facility in Assam to come and train the youth in Nagaland so that they can get trained in different stages of semiconductor manufacturing. If that facility is available for Naga youth, not just those who are engineers, even 10th class pass out or 12th pass out or degree pass out, they can all be trained in different stages of this semiconductor testing, assembling, marketing, packaging, and so on. There are so many different components to semiconductors. So the training is happening through the Tatas in Kohima's NELIT. And post that, of course, the very same people who are working in the uh, Assam unit are coming here to train so that the young of Nagaland can also benefit from it. The other unit which got opened up this morning is in the State Institute, which is the NLLT, a very big industry group which is into the IT sector, which also has a lot of expertise in AI in manufacturing, called Cient, which is largely present in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and so on, and in Chennai. Now they are also doing a lot of training in Vishakhapatnam for school children. So I requested them if they would come and do it here as well. So they had a tie up with the state government in that institute. They are now providing two sets of training, one for the handloom weaving and areas related to that, bringing AI into that, and the other for coding and other related robotics related 3D printing related training for youth. That got inaugurated this morning, and now I also had a review of how the special assistance which we give from the central government to states for building their capital assets is being utilized by Nagaland. So that in short is my visit. I'm satisfied, but I know Nagaland has also its own unique challenges because of the terrain, because of the distances that has to be covered, and because of talent being in one corner, pulling them up, and so on. So, to meet all those challenges, also, we are sort of very eager to help the states so that every part of Nagaland develops equally. They are much better than waiting for a four-wheel large ambulance. Immediately, at least you have a, kind of access to some medical facility. And it's not as if SBI has imposed saying, I want to give this. It was checked up with the local authorities. It was checked up with the hospital authorities saying if you have to somehow reach your patients who are in an emergency situation, what kind of an ambulance would work. And therefore, that motorbike ambulance was suggested by them and we brought it in. So it should be helpful because it was suggested by the locals. In fact, yesterday in my speech, I did say that the last time I had come, I was told more than 1,153 or 58, 1,100 or more places did not have. I think they were village counts, 1,153 villages, I think, which did not have a banking touch point. A banking touch point is an expression used for a brick and mortar branch or a ATM or a bank mitra who comes to help or a local service center which also provides for banking facilities or a India Post Payment Bank. Any of this. In a 5 kilometer radius, if one of them is present, it is called you have a touch point, banking touch point. So the banking touch point measure that was used, 1,153, I keep repeating that number, were without any touch points at all. Today that number has come down to 15 only, meaning only 15 such village points have no banking touch points. Now we have, yesterday I said that elaborately in my speech in Kiphire. That 15 also will now be taken care of and we will be providing banking touch point. Other than this, there is a data which says some blocks are remaining without any banks. A block is a bigger place, it's much bigger than a village. So I need to get the data to see which is that one block which has not even got a touch point. Are they talking about touch point or are they talking about brick and mortar branches? I need to get the data. I am actually going through the granular details of banking facilities being made available in Nagaland. Whichever the measure, I will be able to analyze and do the needful. Well, I wouldn't want you to look at it like that for two reasons. The tender process is a transparent process. Whoever bids for it will have to comply with the rules and do the quality road laying. If the quality road laying is not done, the NHAI, which is the authority for laying national highways, will pull up those people, blacklist them, not allow them to participate in any future thing. One. That's a standard thing for all over the country. That applies to Nagaland as well. One. And the second, not just in Nagaland, post monsoon, I'm not saying this with a sense of pride, I'm saying the reality. Post monsoon, in many parts of the country, roads are severely damaged. And again, we are going to lay those parts also, which can be due to heavy rain, due to some very heavy vehicles which probably cannot ply on that road also keep plying. There are things happening like that. So I want you to first of all remove from your mind that it is specifically a problem for Nagaland. Yes, in some remote parts, unique situation prevail. Those are typical for Nagaland. I agree. But there are roads related problem all over the country. That's not to pride ourselves with it, but that's a reality. We are doing it in such a way that we don't have that problem recurring, whether in the rest of the part of the country or in Nagaland. So please do remove from your thought that something is being done, people in Nagaland are being taken for granted. No, on the contrary, I, for one, and I can surely, with some authority, say the Prime Minister of the country as well is keen to develop Northeast. And otherwise, in fact, I'll finish with this line: the AI related training for youth, AI related training for youth with top companies of India, participating with both central and state government, is happening in Nagaland. It's not happening anywhere else. So I want that thought from your mind to be taken out that Nagaland or Naga people are being taken for granted. No, on the contrary, we want to reach out and make sure things happen here.
Viewers, Amahan Nirmala Sitharaman, Jun Honorable Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Chunase, Tailaga Conference State Kurato Saishi, Sai Sabte, questions can be bishi, Tagishi or Taitulaka, Sawal can be dish. But where else Samihan be Nagaland Tribura question Udado, Bishi Mela State districts can lagalakte, Bishi Jakade, banking, laga facilities or accessibility to Comti Ase, Kunam Hanchaniase, or Idu Pode, Taibra to reply the shade Tai Puila the Juntu Saishle. 1153 banking touch point kanto thaganai but itela time tidu tahan tai ko adu itela visit te aru amhan ki state ko hisab tidu now it has come down to the 15 only matlab 15 ta hi ase idu banking touch point garne ar tahan itu bi take up kurubuli ase kuina amhan chani ase to ganishna 1153 taibra hi state kurje that banking touch point thagana that means accessibility jinka atm hobi bank hobi india post jintu payments paying ase itu khan tak bi na thaga laga access na thaga la kili busti khan अलग अलग तेबी आमी जाने दैट इथे तक भी नाही but ताइला को वाला सब तो इथे खाली 15 टा जगह আছে जिंतु बुस्ती गान আছে जिंतु जगह ते तो टच पॉइंट तो नाही कोसे बात तो की भी बनाबो আৰু फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर इथे ओवरऑल आमी हन लगा स्टेट ते की प्रोजेक्ट खान लगा भी आमी साइसे ताइ तो खान इनॉग्रेशन भी कुरिसे इवन किफ्री ते जाई किने जिंतु एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट আছে इतुते जाई किने ताइ ब्रा की इनॉग्रेट कुरिसे स्टूडेंट खान लोदे इंटरेक्ट कुरिसे आशा अंगनवादी खान लोदे इंटरेक्ट कुरिसे वर्कर्स और हेल्पर्स खान चिल्ड्रन्स खान लोदे but overall iti ami han saishu gulu tai laga visit to kiman satisfactory for the public and beneficial thagi bole ase itu bi ekta mian bhamna gure ase ami an itu bi jane that centrally funded amount khan do potha do utilization do kin ka hoa ase ken kano ami han dikhi pai But কোৱা নিচিনা তাইৰ পৰা কোৱা আছে তাইলা হাত টিভি এইটো কলা হিচাপ দিdo ডাটা থাকিব লাগে that ground level de কি কাম চলি আছে but যোনটো তাইলা হাত টিভি exactly কোনবা পইণ্ট লাগাটো নাই কৈছে but বাৰ তাক তাহালা ফ'কাছ আৰু তাই এইটো বি ষ্টেট কৰিছে that নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদী নৰ্থ ইষ্ট কে তাই ফ'কাছ কৰি কিনে আছে এইটোকে ডেভেলপ কৰা লগা ভাৱনা হি ৰাখে কৈনা চবৰা আগে আৰু কথাতে পলিচি মেকিং টিভি চবৰা আগে ৰাখে কৈনে বি আমি জানিব পাৰিছে তো আজিলা তাইলা কথা আপুনি বি শুনিছে ইমান তাকি আছে আৰু এনেকে নিউজৰ খবৰ পাই চাই টিভি NLTV মই ৰিপৰ্টাৰ মুছাৰফ আলী উইথ মাই জৰ্নেলিষ্ট বেন্দাংছন Chamir.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapu viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.